All right, so recently there was a huge protest that led to a group of people taking over the Capitol building in D.C. And I got to throw this out there because sometimes things aren't what they seem, and I'm a little suspicious of this entire operation. Anyways, this is OTR Ogre and Corgi, and hey, if you like what I'm doing or hate what I'm doing, like, link, and subscribe, share with a friend or an enemy, and, leave a comment if you want to. Let's get into this. So, who benefits the most from this whole situation? Is it going to be the right wing? Well, I'm talking about, Trump supporters. I'm not referring to the Republicans. Because I can tell you the old Rhino Con, John McCain-style Republicans will benefit from this. Just like the Democrats. Because I don't really view the Democrats and the old-style Republicans any different than, like, a two-headed giant. Like a two-headed swamp monster. Some zombified, beast coming out of the water. It's an amalgamation of fucking parts, Basically, from my mentality, it wouldn't surprise me if this is some sort of, like, political Gulf of Tonkin incident. And for those that don't know the Gulf of Tonkin, it was something I believe LBJ did to get us further into the Vietnam War. It was a faked false flag incident. And these happen every once in a while. So basically, people say, well, why would we do that on the Capitol building? Not we, they. Keep that in mind. Simply put, all the authoritarian crap that they want to do the moment Trump's out of office, and when the national, the media will be like, oh my God, we got to put down these groups, these pro-populist groups. You see how that works? So people that aren't even involved in any of this garbage are going to be crushed. People that are just a little too pro-Trump, you support the coup, blah, blah, that type of thinking, But it's like, they're going to use this as a reason to shut down opposition altogether. So, these people, they show up and they're like, well, these people are fighting for our country. Okay, maybe they are. Or maybe they're just actors. Maybe there's a few, you get a few people that are inspiration, a few guys, and you leave a hole purposely so you can get in there. And then you even have a little legitimacy by, rubber bulleting some chick who probably, I think, heard maybe died or not, whatnot. Point is, you get a bunch of useful idiots that have the fervor that want to save the country to begin with, but you direct them to do this in order, so there's legitimate people, and then there's the people that are the false leaders, in order to get people to go into these places. And then if something bad happens to one of the politicians at some point, oh my God, such and such, had a allergic reaction, and then this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for these violent Trump supporters, blah, blah, blah. And then they can go around crushing populist movements all over the country. See, to me, it looked a little too, I don't know how to put this, but it looked a little too suspicious how magically they had a cross ready to go. Like, what did maybe they packed the wood in. Maybe this was all, like, planned out. Oh, we've got the wood and everything. We even got the shovels. We're going to dig into the ground. We're going to be ready to go. We're going to put this big cross to show America is a Christian country. It's imagery. Think about that. And maybe the flip side to this is that I don't know how long this thing's going to last. Maybe they've already cleaned it up. But let's just say they really wanted to make it a protest. Do the world a favor. Make a friggin' statue, a Goddess of Liberty statue. For those that don't know what that is, that's what the people in Tiananmen Square did. That way, if they have to come in and gun your asses down, the world sees that this is a Tiananmen. And it'll backfire. It'll show the world that, yeah, good Americans are fighting for their freedom, assuming it's real. And what happened? Right? What happened? And that'll backfire on them. And that'll cause a lot of people to, they'll go away from the Republicans. They will. They'll start, libertarianism will probably become in vogue. And so even the people that are like, middle-of-the-range Democrats, they see a Tiananmen happen. Oh, sweet Jesus. A lot of people that remember that era will look at that and like, no, this is fucked up what our government did. But the thing of it is that if it's just a false flag, then what do you think is going to happen? It's going to be the reason they use to crack down on the average American. And so I've got mixed feelings about it. I have suspicions about this. You know, the timing looks, I mean, that plus Trump saying, hey, come to D.C., it's going to be a party, it's going to be a big show. You know, like, that's a little suspicious. But all the same, I don't know. The way I look at it, what we're going to get, I don't see really any way Trump's going to pull this off as being, you know, magically instituted, reelected. No, that's unrealistic. I mean, if it happened, great. But on the flip side to it, all this is really doing is giving excuses for authoritarians. And if you don't believe me, look what happened after 9/11. It wasn't, you know, like all the crap that came, the lingering effects of 9/11, the 3,000 people that died were the reasons that for decades, for what, 2 decades now, it seems like almost, we've basically had a lot of like Patriot Act bullshit. And we're used to it. It used to be so easy to go get a post office box, you know. You wanted to fly on a plane, no big deal. You know, like, you're going to get used to the new level of authoritarianism. And that's the fucked up thing about it. So they always use some sort of, you know, big thing that happened, and they're like, oh my God, and this happened then, and we have to make sure that you have less rights and you're more surveillanced, and, you know, you have a fucking government thumb up your ass. And it's both parties. Don't fool yourself. It's both fucking parties. This is a business for them. So the way I look at it is I don't know. Be interested to see what happens. Anyhow, you have a good one. And yeah, just keep your eyes open. Be aware. All right, take it easy.